Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I'm proud of my former committee of Senate Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights for these reports. And I want to first of all thank Omusundi Laban for having belief and faith to bring such constitutional concerns to the floor of this House. I think as a House we have an obligation to ensure that we assist the country in moving forward. Secondly, I want to thank the mover of the motion, my senior brother, Senator Dan Maanzo, who happens coincidentally to be our prayer coordinator. He has been praying a lot for this parliament. He's our co-convener of prayer breakfast, Mr. Speaker, sir, for ably moving, although, Mr. Speaker, I'm happy you cautioned him against standing order number 95. I think, Mr. Speaker, when I saw Senator Maanzo moving, I remembered Senator Samuel Pogisho, who was the majority leader. He had a font of reading his moving notes, but I'm happy Senator Maanzo should look at standing order number 95, that in the Senate you can only refer to your notes but not essentially read. But I want to thank him and thank for the leadership, Mr. Speaker, for if it was me, this petition should be rejected on its face value. Because what our brother Omusundi was seeking is already provided by the Constitution. And of course, thank my brother as I wish him quick recovery for the injured finger. You know, there is the finger of God. Mr. Speaker, for the injured finger, Mr. Speaker, quick recovery, and I hope the Parliamentary Service Commission will look into that matter and maybe provide him with compensation for ably. He has already, Senator Muma is informing me, he had already a medical cover. So Senator Okia Omtata, you can use your insurance medical cover provided by Parliamentary Service Commission, and the Commissioner Joyce Korir can confirm that there is active usage of insurance card should we need medical attention. But I can see the Commissioner is approaching Senator Okia Omtata for that attention. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree with the outcome of this petition because the essence, the upshot in summary, is that Omusundi wanted us to provide a citizen recall process, while the members of parliament are provided for the recall of members of parliament. But I agree with the thinking of the committee because you rejected, because under Article 144 all the way, Mr. Speaker, because I'll stand with the President, 145, it provides for the process of removal of a president. So it's already provided in the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Even on the issue of incapacity, even on the issue of violation of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, when you look under Article 145, which mirrors the impeachment of a deputy president, and I'm happy, I would have expected Senator Maanzo to refer to the impeachment of the deputy president regarding Gachagua in the last session, but he fears, because he's on record as one of his lawyers on record, he feared to refer to the matter, Mr. Speaker. This provision of Article 45 has been put to test because the impeachment proceedings against the former president was done. It was started from the National Assembly. It came to the Senate, Mr. Speaker. And all of us, on the charges, 11 of them, we voted to remove the former deputy president from the office based on the charges as laid out and anchored in Article 145, and of course the standing orders 123. And I'm happy, Mr. Speaker, when I look across the aisle, all of us supported the removal of Rigathi Gachagua, Mr. Speaker, except Senator Okia Omtata. Except Senator Okia Omtata, but Senator Edwin Sifuna, Senator Mwaroma, all of us, including our party leader of ODM, we removed him, although they are nowadays friends. Mr. Speaker, we put to test Article 145 on the impeachment proceedings, Mr. Speaker. And because the violation of the Constitution had been put to test under Article 145. So the impeachment proceedings was put to test. It mirrors, and I want to assure Kenyans, there is no lacuna. There is no space, Mr. Speaker. In fact, of all the 11 charges, Mr. Speaker, that came against the former impeached deputy president because the courts have ruled that the Senate did the right thing. I voted for his removal on the 11 of them, Mr. Speaker. So we must be put to test that this provision of Article 145, in future, we have, and I heard my brother saying, oh, there is one term. No, there is no one term in Kenya, Mr. Speaker. All presidents have served their term. First President Mzee Kenyatta served 15 years. Moi served 24 years. Uhuru Kenyatta served 10. Kibaki served 10. And God willing, with the blessings of Kenyans, President William Ruto will serve his second and final term for 10 years up to 2032. And, Mr. Speaker, and therefore, the imagination of the provision of Article 145, 144, was to ensure that we have, in case we have a president who will want to violate the Constitution. And I'm happy, therefore I want to challenge Kenyans who are wondering there is the law already in place. And Mr. Speaker, this goes to the people who want to run for presidency in this country. Mr. Speaker, people who want to run for president, you must be aware of these provisions, Mr. Speaker, and I'm happy, apart from US, which use delegate system for voting of their president, our country is one vote, one man, and it is universal suffrage, as provided for Article 37 and 38 of the Constitution, and even the provision of electoral process under Article, is it 88, 81, thereabout, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, this, as I conclude that part, Mr. Speaker, I saw the Infotrack yesterday release the opinion poll, and I'm happy that President William Ruto will vanquish and thrash his opponents with a thunderous defeat, because he was doing 34%, Mheshimiwa Kalonzo was doing 14%, our own brother, Senator Sifuna, was at 13%, although he has not declared that he's running for president. So he's doing very well. In fact, in the next 6 months, he will be number 2. But the problem in politics, there is no number 2, my brother Sifuna. And you have been told by Atuali, look for money, Mwami, so that, and you have heard the IBC saying 4 billion. So while that, and I know Sifuna is aware of Article 144 and 145, but he will come, you know, I want to appeal to him to relax now, remain as the senator of Nairobi. Then 2032, he can run for president. I can cede my presidential ambitions and become your running mate in 2032 so that we can win government and fix this country. Mr. Speaker, so I'm happy. Let us be aware of these provisions. As a president, the president is a symbol of national unity, Mr. Speaker. And I want, you know, and I know my brother Omwami Sifuna is a good friend of mine. You can see even the State House had been fixed, Mr. Speaker. It's now looking more beautiful. There are many functions that are being held there. So after 2032, when we'll be there with him, we'll be able to use that facility very well. Mr. Speaker, and therefore, that marks the conclusion of that matter, because we have agreed, and I think senior lawyers like Senator Mumo will agree with me, that there was no lacuna that ensured us that the citizen recall process, because the Constitution has captured that under Article. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on the governance, Article 181, Mr. Speaker, has provided for the impeachment proceedings. And by the way, Mr. Speaker, the reason I'm saying this, if you look at the beginning, the preamble of the Constitution, as seated here at the Senate, at the National Assembly, at the County Assembly, we are representatives of the people. And the Constitution says this Constitution can be exercised directly or directly. So whenever MCAs impeach a governor, they are doing that on behalf of the people they elected in direct representation, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, the citizen right recall is through the MCAs, Mr. Speaker. And I would have expected my MCAs in Nandi to impeach my governor, because he could not account for 1.8 billion when he appeared before our committee a number of days on Monday last week. So when an MCA, like what they did in Meru, impeach a governor, they are exercising indirect power because they are elected. When we impeached the former deputy president, we were exercising indirect power because we have been elected to impeach the governor or the president or the deputy president, Mr. Speaker. So I want to say in a nutshell, the fact that Omusundi wanted us to have an equal right of citizens, we must ensure, Mr. Speaker, that Article 181 and our standing orders of the County Assembly and the Senate provides on the process of the impeachment of governors. We have done several impeachment of Governor Kawira Mwangaza. Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the Senate and my colleagues that every decision we have made to impeach a deputy president or a governor, we have always been right. When we impeached the former deputy president, he was bringing a dangerous narrative that you must have shares in a government. He has retreated to his village, Mr. Speaker, and in inciting Kenyans to many other untold things before this house, Mr. Speaker. So we have always been right as a Senate, and we should congratulate ourselves. Even when we impeached the former governor of Meru, we did the right thing. Because you can see Meru now is stable. So I want to thank the Senate for that wisdom. Even on the failed one technicality of Kericho, Mr. Speaker, where there was allegations that the governor ate the money belonging to the dead after the Londiani tragic accident, Mr. Speaker, and even misappropriation of revenue being collected in Kericho. We have always done the right thing as a Senate. And I want to encourage, because I have seen my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, when they're in public fora outside there, they want to look like they're apologizing. We made the right decision for this country for impeaching the former impeached deputy president, because he was a divisive figure who continued to undermine unity of this country. And as a House, as a Senate, Mr. Speaker, as a Senate of the Republic of Kenya, we are the House of Union who should protect the interests of each and every Kenyan wherever we are, Mr. Speaker. We do the oversight, we do representation, we do legislation, Mr. Speaker. We must come out strongly to ensure that we all accountable, Mr. Speaker. Finally, Mr. Speaker, there are many aspects. It is not only about recall, Mr. Speaker, can only be accountability, Mr. Speaker. We have different accountability mechanisms. One of them is removal from office, right of recall, vote of no confidence, impeachment proceedings. We also have accountability mechanisms like EACC, like being sanctioned by Parliament. Senator of Nairobi, Senator of Taita, we sit in Public Accounts Committee. One of our measures that we have been used for accountability is finding some of those governors who have failed to appear before the Senate Public Accounts Committee. Mr. Speaker, I'm aware you also sit in a number of committees in this House. And one of the accountability mechanisms is to summon, is to fine. In fact, we have issued warrant of arrest as a committee against the Governor Guyo of Isiolo. We did issue warrant of arrest against Governor of Nairobi and Governor of Samburu. And we were right, Mr. Speaker, because we want accountability mechanisms to be in place. So Kenyans should understand, apart from removal from office, there are other mechanisms that you can be held accountable, Mr. Speaker. And even I had my brother and other brothers who spoke today, my colleague Senator, speak about the poor planning. I heard Senator Muma talking about the standards being set about the physical planning and how the city, which I agree. But we need also to call out the Nairobi City County Governor and the county government for allowing approvals of buildings being built everywhere, Mr. Speaker. Poor drainage until the president had to step in with 80 billion bailout to ensure Nairobi functions, Mr. Speaker. God forbid if El Nino comes, we will be drowning in water because of floods in this city, which is man-made, Mr. Speaker. When you go, Mr. Speaker, I was with some, my Senator of Nairobi should listen to this, I was with some residents from Kilimani. Mr. Speaker, because of huge buildings, are you aware children are now suffering from jaundice or jaundice, Mr. Speaker? Jaundice, Mr. Speaker. Are you aware, because the tall buildings now, when you are in Kilimani, because of unapproved buildings, you no longer see the sun. You see the sun at midday, and by 3 it has disappeared, Mr. Speaker. And the people are suffering there. You know, the sunlight is important for our children. So we need to call out the governor and the county government of Nairobi for allowing a haphazard building of buildings and approval of physical planning anywhere across the city without proper planning. And the biggest disease is land grabiosis that we see in this city, Mr. Speaker, and among major towns in this country, Mr. Speaker. So whenever we call governors, it is part of accountability mechanism, Mr. Speaker. And even you have seen, I sit in public accounts, are you aware? Your governor was supposed to appear. We want to know what happens in Garissa, for example. That is part of accountability. Impeachment is accountability. Also coming to account before the Senate is part, and the Governor Natif Jama, however much he writes many letters of rescheduling, he has been requesting rescheduling forever, he must appear before the Senate to have accountability, Mr. Speaker. Even the governor of Wasingishu, he has written more than 1 or 2 letters begging the committee to reschedule, not to come and account for the resources that is given in Wasingishu. We want to know why a snake park of 5 million is being built in Wasingishu, for example, Mr. Speaker, where the people do not have drugs in hospital. There are no roads, Mr. Speaker. We want to know more than 600 plus ghost workers that are in Wasingishu. And the governor is busy running around in funerals and parading only 11 senior county officials, CECs. We want the total head count of employees of Wasingishu County government to be brought and to be done by independent audit so that we can know how many workers are in Wasingishu. Because there are 600 plus ghost workers in Wasingishu that are gobbling billions and billions who have been transformed to political goons. Up to now, the MCA, former MCA Misoi, Mr. Speaker, is still in hospital and no one has been arrested. Because of these goons, Mr. Speaker, we must call out for who they are. Mr. Speaker, we must protect this country. We must protect this country, Mr. Speaker. If we want to be accountable, as politicians, we must denounce goons, whether you are in our formation or in any other formation in this country, Mr. Speaker. What we saw over the weekend is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate, Mr. Speaker. Even as the Olkalau, we saw also, I want to appeal to the people of Olkalau, Mr. Speaker, that they should remain peaceful. There will only be one member of parliament that will be elected in that region, Mr. Speaker. We must ensure that we hold our people accountable and avoid violence. And I want to ask the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, any candidate who will be bound to use violence and bribery, as per the law, Mr. Speaker, under the Elections Act, they must be banned from participating. And therefore, the UDA candidate, Samuel Mushina, we wish him well, Mr. Speaker, because that is a broad-based candidate, Mr. Speaker. And I can see my party leader of ODM is agreeing with me. And he has given us blessings. At his age of 80 plus, as a young Gen Z, when he gives you mate, you will succeed, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, and I'm happy he has also given blessings to the President. Mr. Speaker, the point I'm trying to make, there are many forms of accountability. Therefore, our brother Umusundi Laban should be aware that we don't need to over-legislate, over-prescribe our constitution, Mr. Speaker. We have this mechanism. If you want to remove the president and the deputy president from office, there is the removal under Article 144, the constitution provided. Impeachment under Article 45, and we are put to test by removing one of the divisive political figures in the history of this country, the former deputy president. Mr. Speaker, we have removed many governors through impeachment proceedings under Article 1. And I'm happy, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I can see my light. I'm happy Senator, my neighbor, Honi Kalwale, the bullfighter, is the one who blew the first whistle by telling us that having Rigathi Gachagua as the deputy president then was the wrong person. And his prophecy, and I wish him well, his prophecy came to fruition when we remove him from office, Mr. Speaker. And I'm happy Senator Kalwale call it as it is, not ought to be. And I wish we had seen that wisdom then, but we came and learned later, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I beg to yield the mic and sit down and listen to the wisdom of my colleagues on this motion. But I want to congratulate the committee for rejecting this motion ab initio, because we don't need to over-legislate. We don't need, the only thing, Mr. Speaker, I almost forgot. If these people wanted to introduce right to recall of president and the governor, they should amend Article 255, 256, go the referendum way. You can now amend the Constitution through popular initiative, because representation is under popular initiative through a referendum. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, allow me to yield the mic and give a chance to my colleagues also to ventilate on this matter. Mr. Speaker, I thank you and I support this report.
Senator Sifuna.
Mr. Speaker, I have had occasion to meet this gentleman called